All right, hey guys, this is a special pod. I get to bring on this is my favorite guest to ever have on my podcast. Steve had a deal come up that he had to be at for work. So, who better to fill in than my own daughter, Bria? She is 14 years old. She is a softball player. She's played competitive softball since she's 8. And who better to talk about the College World Series than her? I mean, we literally sit around the house and talk softball and strategy all the time. So I asked her yesterday, I said, "You want to come on the pod and talk college softball?" She said yes. And then she started freaking out. So, but I told her, I said, "We talk about this stuff all the time. We're just recording it now." So, honey, I'll let you introduce yourself and kind of get used to the community.
Yeah, I'm excited to be on here. I've been trying to get him to let me be on here for a while now, but I played softball since I was 5, and like you said, we're always talking OU softball, so I'm excited to be on here.
Yeah. So let's get right into it. We are at the College World Series for the 9th consecutive season, going for our 5th straight national championship. I mean, how many times did Brian knows it more than anybody. I am probably the most negative fan in the world. I many times said, well, we're not going to win it. But honey, I'm going to ask you this because I said this before the tournament started. Who did you say you think is going to win the College World Series?
I said Texas.
Oh, I thought you said Tennessee the other day.
Oh, wait, no, like at the beginning of the season, I thought Texas was going to win it, but I
Oh,
said.
okay. No, I mean, like, we're going into regionals. Like,
Okay.
who did
Before, yeah, I said Tennessee.
Yeah.
I said if OU doesn't win it, I think Tennessee's going to win it, but.
Yeah. And see, when we and Goss did our picks, Steve said OU because somebody's got to beat him until he doesn't think they're going to win. And I said, I just think Tennessee. And I really think the winner of the Tennessee OU game is going to be the in the driver's seat for the national championship. I don't know. What do you think what changed this year? It seemed like there was a turning point in the season where it's like they just started clicking. You know, Cassie Pickering started off slow. Ella Parker's hitting, and Ella Parker starts hitting, and Cassidy's not. Now it seems like they're all starting to hit. So, yes. I mean, what do you think? You watch, Brian watches softball so much, and also, too, she plays it, so she kind of knows what they're going through, too.
Yeah, just like last season, at the beginning of the season, they had so much, like, everyone was like, well, they lost all those seniors, so they're not going to win this year. Like, it's just going to be bumpy season. And then they started losing, so then they have more negative. So I think that really, and then them going down in the rankings, I think that gave them a lot of motivation. And, we don't see practices, but if you could just see how much it just gave them a boost in the season. You can really tell by how they improved every game.
Yeah. And 14 new newcomers to this team. Really the only person, I guess you put 3 if you want to say Ella Parker, Cassidy Pickering, and Kirsten Dill. Are the really main players that's been there. Rest are all newcomers. Look at all the captains. They're freshmen. So I know that you watch Sam Landry because she's a pitcher. And Sam Landry's been a staple to our season. It seems like she's coming on quite a bit just to get more confidence. I thought she early on in the year wasn't throwing with much confidence. It seemed like she was just kind of insecure, scared to make a mistake. Now she's kind of loose. What do you think?
Yeah, in the beginning of the season, you could tell that she was really struggling, but something just clicked. She just started, I think, like you said, gained more confidence in her pitching, and I think her defense also really helped her. She knows she has a defense behind her that's going to put an effort to, she can put it on the ground and they're going to get out for her. So I think that really helps.
I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, I'm about to say, you look at it when you pitch, when you've got a good defense behind you, it's like make contact, cut your pitch count down.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of times what Sam Landry, when she doesn't have a big pitch count or throwing a lot of pitches, she seems to have a lot of success. But I don't know, like the last time you played Tennessee, what do you think the biggest factor was for them not, being able to close out Tennessee of that series at Norman?
Yeah, when you told me that I was gonna be on here, I started looking at like their last game, and their last game they had 5 error. Well, I don't know if it was their last game. It was one of the games that they played in Tennessee. They had 5 errors and 5 runs scored. So I think just like making the easy plays will really help. Is going to be a key to helping them win this game. Like that was a huge factor, and just producing more at the plate. You know.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think they're all starting to the bats are starting to all wake up at this right time, and that's really a staple to Patty Gasso and what she has built. It seems like they're always playing the best softball
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the season. That's what really good teams do. Kind of like how college football used to be. Bob Stoops, his teams always got better as the season went. That's how Patty Gasso is. So I I feel kind of mad because it's like our side of the bracket is really tough, and you look at the bottom side of the bracket, you got Oregon,
Oregon,
Oregon and
yeah.
UCLA, and Texas Tech and Ole Miss. And then on our side, we've got OU and Tennessee and Florida and Texas. So it's like all the
Like the
strong
best
teams seem to be in
teams.
it. Yeah, but that's what happens whenever you have an upset like Liberty did to Texas A&M. So it's hard. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand is it's hard to make the College World Series. I mean, it is. Look, ask Arkansas. Arkansas
Hmm.
cannot get to the College World Series. It seems like no matter how good their teams are, but it's mindset. It's having that mindset. I think that's really since Brian's favorite player all time, Sidney Romero, and
Hmm.
really I think their mindset changed when that team, started winning national championships, started making runs. But I don't know. Is there some? I mean, what do you think? What do you think the keys to us beating Tennessee? Because I think we beat Tennessee. We're in the driver's seat
Yeah.
going forward.
Me and my mom were talking. And like I said, I was looking at like stats. I was looking at, and while I've been watching the Nebraska and Tennessee game, Carlin Pickens, she throws like she just hit a high of 79. Like she throws heat. And but a big thing is her changeup because she goes from 70 average like 76, and as you get her changeup, it takes 20 miles off to 56. And like I mean, you could just see it just like changeup is a biggie for me personally. I hate changeups but just like laying off of those, I mean attacking on 0-2 counts, but also like watching out for, that off speed pitch is one.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is you got a girl throwing 79 miles an hour. You have to sit on that pitch. You have to be sitting fastball. You can't say, well, she could be throwing a changeup. You're sitting changeup. She throws a 79-mile-per-hour fastball. You probably aren't going to catch up to it. So
Yeah.
you have to guess right. And I think that's the toughest part. That's why it makes her such a tough pitcher is because when you can change speeds like that, it is, look at Sam Landry. Sam Landry doesn't get known for speed. The girl throws mid to low 70s. And it's like because we have a girl in Tennessee that's throwing 79, it's like, well, she throws hard. I'm like, any girl that throws in the 70s, it's tough to hit.
Mhm.
It's just, but Sam Landry uses that changeup, and that goes back to Jenna Rocha. Her pitch selection. If you watch the first time through the lineup, if she's throwing a whole lot of changeups, the second time through, she'll go with a lot more fastballs, maybe some drop balls and stuff like that. She doesn't get in a routine. I think Brian will tell you whenever we play, I get in a routine where I love her changeup and I throw her changeup all the time. So
Yeah.
I get in trouble a lot.
I think so. Like last game, the series that they played Tennessee, Tennessee beat them. I think that's also going to give them motivation for this game because, like, Tennessee probably, like, they've seen Tennessee. They know what to expect because I bet they keep stuff. Like, they've been watching them. But, like, yeah, I'll give them motivation to just beat them because, when OU gets down, it you don't want to play them again. Like,
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I said. I go, you look at it. What happened? What's the last thing they saw against when they played Alabama in the regular season? Alabama
Then
celebrating like they won a
yeah,
national championship. What's the last thing that they saw with Tennessee? Tennessee celebrating on their field like they just won a national championship. But
yeah,
that's what OU's built. When you build a monster like OU softball is, you have to feed the monster. And our fan base is crazy. They're idiotic. I will say that. And I'm including myself in there as well. But we have built a machine that we aren't used to losing. But I
yeah.
will tell you, when we lose, our house is just completely down. It's like complete devastation because we've made losing so obsolete. It's like, oh my God, we lost. We're horrible. I mean, how many times we say we're just not as good as we were? And
All the
why would
time.
we? I mean, but why would we be as good as we were last year? We lost 4 seniors who won 4
Yeah,
national championships. So you don't replace that, but they somehow have. I mean,
yeah,
look at Gabby. Gabby Garcia was brought in this season as a defensive specialist at short, and she's batting 4-hole now. So, I
yeah,
mean, it's just everything's starting to click. You're starting to be freshmen step up, making Ella Parker, Cassie Pickering's job a lot easier. And so, as long as those two are producing, the others seem to form around them. Doesn't it seem like Cassie Pickering and Ella Parker have been there for like 20 years
yeah.
and they've only
It's
been there 2?
yeah. Me and you were talking. This is a big season for them because, like, we were talking the other day. Like, this is a rebuilding season. Like, this isn't the one with the 4 seniors that we had, like Kinsey Hansen, Tiara Jennings, Brito, Riley Boone, Jada Coleman. We don't have all of them. We have people who's never played for OU. We have freshmen that hasn't experienced this kind of thing. So, and all the negativity that they've gotten this season, I think this will be this is a good season that we've had.
Yeah. And you can tell, like, Patty Gasso's kind of just let off the reins a little bit.
Mhm.
It's like she knows that they're starting to figure it out. They're starting to click. So she's just kind of left them. And she even said it. She goes, I let them do their thing. They've earned the right to play how they're playing right now. I trust them. And I don't know if you heard this the other day. I think she was on a podcast or something like that. And she said, it feels good to get back to coaching again. She said, because I'm not trying to make it sound bad like I didn't do anything, but I really didn't do anything this last
Mhm.
4 years because those girls knew how to win. I mean, what do you tell a team that's won 4 straight national championships that they don't already know? So
Yeah.
it's a good problem to have as a coach who's as competitive as Patty Gasso is. It is probably refreshing to be able to jump in there and be like, okay, now I get to kind of mold these freshmen and these young girls into OU championship mindset because you can tell they already have it.
It also
It
helps that they had the #1 recruiting class. Like that helps a lot.
yeah, I know we don't, and we talk about rebuild. I don't think if we rebuild, I think we reload. It's like we just keep getting player after player, and you look at it like people keep talking about what are we going to go after in the transfer portal. I'm like, what do you go after in the transfer portal? I mean,
Mhm.
what positions do you have? I mean, we got Malloy, who's a true freshman that every time they bring her in, she gets big hits. You got the catcher, I forgot what her name is, that's behind Emmerling.
Um,
She came in the other day in regionals and hit a home run to walk it off for the run
yeah.
goal. So I mean, these girls do what you want them to do, and that is step up when your number's called. So
Mhm.
you will, if you ask Bria when our team plays and I'm coaching, I always say, always be ready to go in. And if you watch OU softball, all those girls are always prepared for their number to be called. And that's how you have to play. It's hard to keep that many girls happy.
Yeah, and I bet at practice too, like you're fighting for a spot. Like your spot is never safe.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a tryout every day, as my mom says. At practice, it should be a tryout every day to try to beat out their spot, and I guarantee you that's how every practice is for them because they're trying to beat out each other. They want to play.
Yeah. Well, let's let's finish up by breaking down the bracket. So we got Florida and Texas. Who do you think's got that game? Who do you think's gonna win that one?
That's gonna be a good one. I think Florida got it though. I haven't seen as much as I expected from Texas. Like them getting to the final two last year and then, the finals. But like I don't know, something's different this year. I don't feel like they've done as good as they have in the past. Like,
Yeah.
but Florida, they're good, I think.
When you say that Texas has kind of done the opposite of what OU's done, it's like Texas started off hot and kind of regressed and gone down a little
Yeah.
bit, where OU started off slow and then I say started off slow. I think we started off like 24-0. That's what's so funny. That's why it goes back to me saying like we're such an idiotic fan base, and I'm including myself with this too, because I'm like, we're just not as good. We haven't lost a game yet. So, but no, I kind of agree too. Texas hasn't shown me. They were literally an out away from getting beat by Clemson to not make it
Mhm.
to the College World Series. So I think I'm with you, and I wouldn't have a problem playing Florida again because Florida took
It was
two
a
out of
good
three
game.
from us in regular, and they took 2 out of 3 from us. So this is a revenge tour. We beat
Yeah.
Alabama. Now we go beat Tennessee. Then we can beat Florida. Then, so I think also I'm more worried about Tennessee than I am the next game, because I think if we play Florida, we're going to go in there hungry. We play Texas. Texas seems to have an OU problem where
Yeah.
they just can't beat them. So
Hey, but you don't know this. Like this World Series has been crazy with Liberty winning, and then we have Ole Miss coming to the World Series for the first time. I think is that right?
yeah,
Like you don't know
yeah.
what to expect this year.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a
I mean,
lot of good games.
Oregon making it's huge
Yeah.
too. So we've talked a lot of OU. So we'll kind of skip that game. I think we both kind of picked Tennessee to win it, but I think we're picking OU. Now they're in the
Mhm.
College World Series, because that's what we do when they make it to College World Series. We're not going to go against them. But so then we got Oregon and UCLA. Who you got on that one?
Oregon seems hot right now, and I honestly don't know because UCLA like they were really close to not winning that game. That was a really close game. So I
One
want
out.
Oregon to win that one
I kind of
because
do too.
but
Uh,
it would be cool to see.
I kind of do too. And South Carolina's got to be kicking themselves, literally 1 out away and give up a 2-run homer to lose
Yeah.
the game. I mean, how heartbreaking is that? I knew once that happened, they weren't winning game 3. So
Mhm.
kind of sucks. You got Najee Kennedy and Texas Tech against Ole Miss. What do you think?
Texas
You know,
Tech,
I
but
know,
but
I
oh,
know.
because Nyla Kennedy, she's always hot. She's always like
Mm-hmm.
on. She's a beast. It's so fun to watch her in the mound, like how excited she gets. I
Yeah,
love watching her play.
I do too. I think me and Bri were talking whenever she signed with her transfer, when she went transfer portal to Texas Tech. Bri goes, "Why would she go to Texas Tech over Oklahoma?" And I said, she has about 1.8 million reasons to do that. And I can tell Bria, if she was in that situation, we would be Red Raiders too, because she would not be playing for Oklahoma. We'd be going to the Texas Tech Red Raiders, because I've complained about this about women's sports. Those softball athletes need to stay in college as long as they can and make as much money as they can, because when they get professional, there's just not money in it, and it's bull crap. I don't think it's fair, but that said, it is the world we live in now. By the time Brian's going to be a freshman in high school, by the time she gets to college, it might have changed. Professional level might have changed. I don't know, but that said, right now the money's in college from the NIL, so it is. I think she made a good decision. They're clicking right now.
Yeah.
I think they're hitting the
Um.
ball pretty well too.
Yeah. I think. Also doing. She's kind of doing the same thing she did for Stanford. Not saying that like Stanford, she's helping them get into that national championship because like, yeah, Stanford can but she was also a big reason. Like without Nigel Kennedy, it's gonna be hard to get there. But I think she's done same thing for Texas Tech, and it's been fun to watch.
It has, and also too, if Stanford doesn't have to play OU, they
Yeah.
make it to the championship. Now that said, you're eventually going to have to play OU, But that said, it is it's just kind of a hurdle that a lot of teams haven't been able to get past, which I'm glad they haven't because I'm an OU fan. But it is when you have a dominant program like the University of Oklahoma, somebody's going to have to beat them to knock us off that pedestal. And I have got on TikTok, I've made softball videos, and got a lot of people mad at me. But you know what? They should be. That's what happens when you're a winner. When you win all the time, people hate you. I've said it many times. I hated the Patriots because they won Super Bowls every year.
He hates Patrick Mahomes.
I hate Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs. Why? Because they win all the time. My son likes them. That's the other reason. But that said, okay, we went through the first round. Let's just see, who do you got in the championship? Let's just go straight to it.
I want OU to be in there, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I've kind of thought about that too. If OU gets in there, I kind of think either Tennessee. Wait, no. So if we lose, are we out, or do we? Is it? I forgot.
No, it's double. It's a double elimination. Okay. It's a crazy bracket because what happens now is they'll eventually flip-flop brackets. So I'll be honest with you. This is what I think is going to happen. I think OU is going to make it to the to the semis, to where they got to get beat twice, and I think Texas Tech's going to make it to the semis where they got to get beat twice, and nobody's beaten Niger Canada twice. And it's going to be OU and Texas Tech in the national championship game. That's what I actually think is going to happen.
If OU doesn't make it, though, I think it'll be Texas Tech and Tennessee.
Yeah,
Tennessee, because Tennessee also has the number 4 offense. Like they're on right now. Tennessee, they got a boost right now, and I think they're ready to win and want to win.
Yeah, I need to. I really think the OU Tennessee game is going to be who decides makes it to the national championship. But
it'll be good though.
Both, it will. You got some OU girls on there. Nugent's going to win Tennessee. That's from OU. Yeah.
You just broke out really bad.
A long time ago. Oh, I did. Sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what you said.
Can you hear me? Okay.
You're very
okay. Sorry. I said Sophia. Okay. Sorry. So we always have technical difficulties a little bit at the end. So okay. So Briah, thank you for coming on. We did 22 minutes of just straight college World Series talk.
I love it.
It was awesome.
I love talking about.
I think she's obviously my favorite guest I've ever had on here. It might be because she's my kid and she's so smart. So, but I will say this, not because she's my kid, she's literally the smartest softball player I've ever coached. She is just a great player, and she's very smart, and she knows a lot about the game. So I thought there's no other person better to bring on than her. So next week we'll have Steve back on here. Brian, you did awesome filling in for him. I think people are probably going to want you on more than him going forward.
I know you love when it's OU softball season too, because you see OU football losing all the time. It's not fun to be in the same house as them when OU football's starting.
Very true. Very true. This is my fun time of the year when we get to watch a winner. So, but hey guys, if you're not subscribed to us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Apple and Spotify. Until next time, Boomer Sooner.
Boomer Sooner.